The Changing Conditions in Life Course, Book 7 and the Way to Happiness, qui a complété le cours de Changer les conditions dans la vie et le chemin du bonheur.
David Love.
David Love.
Excellent books. I think I had my bags packed on one of these, ready to go. My God. Yeah, it was unbelievable. Changing Conditions in Life, where they take you back to conditions that you don't want to go back to. And you stand there and look at it, and you got to get out of those conditions and repair them. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's supposed to be a 4 to 7 day course, and it took me 4 frickin' weeks. But they were probably the 4 best weeks I had here, next to objectives. It was absolutely phenomenal, incredible. It was really good. Really, really good. And if anybody's thinking of leaving here before objectives, or this one right here, there's lots of room here to make reservations and come back again, because you cannot leave Narconon without doing this book. Absolutely not.
Dad, when you called me, you were at death's door. You were dying, and both of us knew that. There was something I heard in your voice, and that was the desire to live. And I knew at that moment you were ready to come to Narconon. I know it hasn't been a bed of roses for you, and you've had to confront and deal with a lot of feelings and emotions. I want you to know that I admire your strength and your courage and your willingness to change your life. You've done a lot of hard work on yourself and also helped others around you as well. So stand proud on this day and know that I love you very much and so happy to have you in my life. And I have one more note from Maria, his other daughter. She says, I also have a quick note from Maria, and she wants me to tell you she loves you so much and is looking forward to see the real you and starting a relationship. She cares about you so much and is so happy that you're finishing. She would write more, but her tears get in the way, happy tears, that is. So know that she loves you very much, and she's so proud of you as well. That's it.
Drum roll! David Love has completed the Narconon program!
Tears today, maybe, but that's pretty hard to take, eh? My tissue, where's Maria? Which one you're doing? Well, yeah, it is, all right. Yeah, before I came to Narconon, just a sec here. Before I came to Narconon, I was in the hospital. And my heart had stopped a couple times, and I could feel myself dying, and I knew I was dying, but I really didn't think it was that bad. You know, I wasn't in pain, and oh well, this is okay, you know. But there's a little voice in there that said, no, you want to live, and I didn't want my kids to have to say and believe in their heart that their dad died a drug addict. So anyway, there was that little bit that helped me pull through, because I did want to survive, but I didn't want all the pain that I was living with, and I just, you know, all the years numbed it out. So I did call Amber, and you know, not to say anything about coming here, but I knew I was going back out in the street, and I had money in the bank, and I didn't have to come here. I had money coming in every 2 weeks, as far as financial and whatnot. But I was living Maine and Hastings in Vancouver, and that was a pretty sad thing. And she said, "Why don't you come here?" And I said, "Okay." And she said, "Really?" And I could hear that want, that excitement in her voice, because the vision that I had of my daughter. When she was about this big, I got into a bit of trouble, and I remember her waiting at the back of the police cars. They were taking her to foster care. Wait, bye, Daddy. And it was pretty sad. But I wanted to see my daughter again. I think, maybe that's part of the reason why I came to Narconon. I wasn't really thinking I could get off drugs, that's for sure, because I'd lived so long with drugs. But I wanted to see Amber, at least anyway, because she's the only one that didn't abandon me. She's always there and always loved me all those years. She never gave up on me. And it was pretty special, but Narconon is unbelievable. When I got here, I went to her place for a couple of days, and I remember some of it. James was there too. I found out later, but I was living with him for a couple of days, and they sent staff over from here for the weekend to work on me, giving me CalMag and vitamins and light objectives and assists on this table. I think I might even fallen off once or twice, but I thought, well, this is okay, at least I got a couch to sit on, and CalMag goes, oh, jeez. But, I thought these are pretty nice people that come over. Thanks, Renaud. And Drew, he's in sauna right now. He came over and feel my finger? Feel my finger? And I made it here. I was in withdrawal, and I was on the massage table and laying there, and Erica was giving me a body comp. And I said, "Erica, look at that little white mouse following your hands around the table. Look at it. There it is right there." And she said, "David, there's no little white mouse following my hands." And then there was this red and purple sparks shooting down from her hands. The mouse wasn't real, but these sparks were real. They were. It was so hot and dry in there that my room was over 100 degrees and my body temperature was down to 95. I was freezing. So when they were giving me a nerve assist, I had to flip from my stomach over onto my back. And whenever she'd lower this blanket down on me, because I was so cold, I had to have a blanket on for the assist. The sparks, I thought, were shooting out of her hands, but they weren't. They're coming off the blanket. And I had these little red dots, and it hurt. And I thought, my God, I'm in a sanitarium. My daughter's got me in a freaking nut house, honest to God. I'm serious. That's what I thought. Well, here I am now, And I'd try to come in my room, and the walls were moving and blending in with the doors, and I'd walk into the wall and fall down, Sue came into my room, "You get out of bed, David." And I said, "No, just go away." I didn't know who she was. And it was really hard. Withdrawal, it was Amber's. And in withdrawal here, I was 12 days. 12 days in there. I was in so much pain, I just wanted to rip my skin off and muscles off and scrape the pain off my bones. It was so horrible. And I didn't think I'd make it. If it was in BC, I wouldn't have made it. And if my daughter wasn't here, I wouldn't have made it. But she'd come in, she'd sit across on the bench. She'd, "One more day, Dad, you can do it. You can do it, Dad." And that helped get me through, It was very hard. But there's no other program in the world like Narconon. I've been to many, many, many detoxes and rehabs, and they're a farce, you know. I said so many times that I was an alcoholic and a drug addict. I believed it. And I'd just fall flat on my ass, 2 days out, 2 weeks out, 2 years out sometimes I lasted. But there was something missing, and the thing that was missing was I was dragging all that garbage with me, the past with me. It was horrible. It was such a mess. So this program here, I started on December 1st, and today's May 1st, and it's only 5 months. Right?
That's right.
Only 1 month of every decade, right, Mark?
You bet.
And I thought that, you know, you come down in this room and you see fish fly and all this talking to Astrid. Oh my God, I thought they were gassing me out of the vents and making me fall asleep. And then when we proved that wasn't it, I thought they were making me go to sleep with the food. They're looking for cameras. I thought, this is a nut house. I honest to God thought so. Until I would do the one book and go on to the next book, and I understood why I did the previous book. And every book went like that. Every single book went like that. And, you know, now I know what it's all about. And I am just so far over the top, there's just no words for it. I mean, I can't believe this. I have a relationship with my daughter now and my children, and you know, I'm not going back to where I came from. I'm not going back to the West Coast. I'm leaving a 25-year marriage there and ended it because she's where I used to be, and I'm not going back to it. I'm just not. And it's sad. I have my 2 children there, but I'm going to fly them out. They're going to visit. They are. I love them so much. And my doctor said, you know, if you quit doing drugs, Dave, you got 30 years left. Sure. I didn't believe him, you know. I didn't believe him. But I think, there's no number of years. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to measure my life in years. I'm not going to measure it. I'm just going to do what I do day to day. I'm living in today. And I had life before, but I was never alive, ever. My entire life, I was never alive until I went through this program. It's the most phenomenal thing I've ever experienced in my life. It's just absolutely incredible. And if I got time to read this a little bit here?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Well, what's a little bit? 6
Okay,
pages?
never mind. No, just one part of a page. You know, I'm not going to read that. I'm just going to read this. I don't even need my
I don't want to
glass.
cut you off or anything.
No, I'm not going to use it. No, this is good. I think I've said this before. I'm just going to read. It's not very long, about 1 minute.
Go for it.
This is where I came from before I got here. It's just a couple paragraphs out of the book I'm writing. With so many lonely people lost and filled with fear, not knowing what the next day or hour brings, they are dying a horrible, painful death. Most are thin, gaunt, and wander the streets and alleyways of East Side Vancouver. With no place to live, they brave the cold winter nights in doorways or beside dumpsters. Just another piece of garbage, as much of society calls them. While hugging cardboard and old discarded clothes, they dream about being at home. But their families have disowned them, like I was. This is a place in life lived with pain day in and day out. Some have no families. The only people they know are living with them and beside them on the street. Almost all are in bondage to drug addiction, their eyes dark and lost. With blood-soaked bandages wrapped around their thin, frail arms, they are strewn about the street like lost, sick puppies. Their veins are all but gone, only dark, scarred track marks. I have watched this every day. I used to watch this every day. I was there living with them. I saw and shed many tears watching beatings and overdoses. That's where I came from, and this is where I am now. The love of life. Look inside the gift of love, for there life is found. Feel what is warm and free, for there love is found. Do good and be honest, for there a gift is found. Tell others about this life, for there you are found. Look deep within, the mirror will reflect who you are. The way out is the way through.